everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm Fiona, and my mom is Quinn. She is the daughter of Fitwi. My mom was planning on speaking today, but she's not feeling very well. Her and my dad are sitting outside, so please make sure to say hi to them if you can. So today I will be reading to you the words that my mom wrote in honor of her own mom and my grandmother, Fitwi. So just imagine I'm my mom speaking this right now. I am my mother's daughter, and I couldn't be happier. If I had half the giving spirit and faith that she had, then I would need little else. She was so hardworking and so sweet. She loved us very much, working up to 3 jobs to support us when we were living in Vietnam. She had a servant's heart, spending her time, energy, and money in helping the less fortunate in both Malaysia and Vietnam. Those that have been touched by her generosity have witnessed God's love in action. Her life was not an easy one by any means. She had to live away from her mother and father when she was a young schoolgirl. She told me of many days not having enough to eat. Sometimes she only had rice and fish sauce. That lack of sustenance may have fueled her love of food later, not just Vietnamese food, but food from all different countries. When asked what she wanted to eat when she first returned to the States, she shouted, "Mexican food." She must have really liked Mexican food because she even ordered it in a German restaurant we took her to. Needless to say, that particular meal was not very good. She was definitely a foodie, and that trait passed down to me. I, in turn, passed it on to my kids. What she didn't pass down to me was her beautiful singing voice. That is why my kids roll up the car windows whenever I break out in song. When we came to this country, she got a job working in a German bakery. We definitely enjoyed her new baking skills. Then we moved to Virginia, where she unexpectedly became the cook in a home for the elderly. The main cook had quit, and she, being a brand new hire for a completely unrelated position, had absolutely no idea what she was doing. But I'm sure she put fish sauce in everything. Then we moved to Saudi Arabia when my stepfather got a contract working for Northrop. She gained quite an unusual skill while there. She learned how to make moonshine. Yes, you heard right. That particular knowledge, however, she did not pass to me, but to my brother. I'll have to admit, though, that their beer-making skills need some serious improvement. Needless to say, she was not particularly religious during those days. Her spiritual journey didn't really take off until after we returned to the States, when she was going through some hard times personally. She was definitely not a stranger to hard times. I've always known that my mom had at least 9 lives. She almost drowned as a kid. She suffered through war, getting shoved underwater to muffle her cries as killing mercenaries were crossing overhead on the bridge. She survived getting blown up and badly burned from a grenade thrown under the car that she was riding in with her father, mother, and baby brother. As a young woman living alone in an apartment in Saigon, she was a victim of an attempted robbery and murder committed by a tenant who lived in her building. He wanted her diamond ring and was willing to choke the life out of her to get it. Imagine his surprise when she handed him the ring in the police station, telling him that it was a fake diamond. Funnily, that did not stop the policeman asking her if he himself can keep her ring. As a little girl, I remember she had 3rd-degree burns all over her legs because the large glass bowl of scalding hot soup she was carrying cracked. As a college student, I once had to rush her to the ER due to her bleeding ulcers. As an older daughter, I witnessed her strength in beating breast cancer and recovering from a bad fall that resulted in a fractured hip. She had to rehabilitate in an elderly care home. Miraculously, in these past few years, she never caught COVID, but I knew one day her time would come, as it will for all of us. In the end, she suffered a cardiac arrest during a dialysis session. She was only a few weeks away from her 80th birthday. We were planning to be with her for this great milestone. Instead, we will be laying her to rest that exact day. The irony is painful, but hope is ever present that one day we will be united with her and many of our loved ones in Christ. We can take comfort in Jesus' promise to us in John 14. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, I would have told you that I am going there to prepare. Would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. My mom has finally left this earth, and I'm sure it'll be much prettier where she is going in her next life. She deserves all the best that heaven has to offer, because she was the kindest mom one could ever be lucky enough to have. Rest in peace, Mom. We love you and we miss you terribly.
Good job.
Thank you all for being here with us today as we celebrate my grandma's life.